Alright, hello everybody! What's up, man? Are you guys enjoying Nightmare 200 poggers? Alright, we're gonna be. It's a little bit special today because we have two screens right now. So what's gonna happen right now? In order for me to save time, I decided to show two different, well, multiple full auto setups at a go. But because it's not really that different of a setup, that's why I decided to, might as well just put it at the same time or whatever, right? Okay, so there is a few homework that has been already up. There's a lot I can't replicate because they are using Luo Fist or whatever, and I don't think I can like kind of fit in something else in the spot of the Luo Fist, right? I do not have that. I do not know what else I can put that shit in there, because that actually gives quite a bit if you somehow manage to get that to work, that is. But yeah, a lot of the homework I've seen like that is good ones, like within like 6 minutes clear or whatever shit they tend to say, that they include 1 or 2 Luo Fists in there. I do not have that, so what can we do? There are a few ones out there right now. I think the homework that involves Mana Diver, Paladin, and then we have Necromancer as the one saw on the screen. The strong ones, the one that involves Luo, there's like Monk, there's Iatro Mantis as well. There's this few classes that people use for like their homework stuff for Nightmare 200 full auto stuff. I'm not really gonna go into like the whole manual thing because I'm literally using the same thing as yesterday, and I just mashed Nightmare 150 for my morning push today, technically. So I didn't really bother with that. I'm not gonna bother including that. You want to go just watch yesterday's video or something if you want to know what I did. So for now, for today, we're just gonna try and share like fucking full auto shit since I decided to test it anyway, and it seems to work kind of. So I'm just gonna stick with it. Okay? Yeah, we're gonna stick with it. So the first one I am going to share is the one on the left screen here. Yeah, so this is actually my crewmate's account. So we're testing it on a different account, but it's fine. We are using the thing that people tend to say a lot of, which involves Zoe. I did not test Zoe on mine because yeah, I have another thing, but you'll see it later. So we are using Zoe, but I think for those who also wondering, when it comes to the full auto setup that is somewhat optimal for Nightmare 200, are mostly reliant on the same characters that you are noticing on screen right now, which is Vira, Rabbit, and Chicken. There are also others like Kubira, and also the likes of Yukata Naru. There's also like Song. There's also like I think there's like a very few notable ones where people tend to include, which is Luo as well, like the actual character, not the set what's that weapon. Yeah, it's mostly those few. It's mostly those few ones, but I think like the main ones that people tend to use is basically Vira and Rabbit. The third slot is usually just some other good character basically, but the main ones I feel like is just basically these two. This two is like a freaking must apparently. But yeah, so for this one is the Paladin that I was kind of playing around with. Paladin, the shield is basically, I didn't change anything. It's funny because this is the same somewhat the same setup that my crewmate was using for his far solo full auto thing. I didn't really change anything, so I was just using this same thing, and it kind of worked out. So it's like, okay, let's go with that. So as for the weapons, it's mostly the same as well. I didn't really change that much. He's just using the Astro thing and then the Eden thing with the same thing. Yeah. Or CA cap with amplify thing, and this is progression, I think. Yeah, this is progression, skill cap. Yeah, everything is very similar. So there's the only difference with this is and mine is that he has this maxed out, I think. Yeah, he has Artemis maxed out, so that's one major difference. I think his Luo is maxed out too. Yes, so he has all that, and yeah, full auto quick summon on Babu. and everything is enabled. Yeah, everything is enabled. For full auto, everything is enabled. Yep. So the skills, I think this is what he used. I didn't change his EX skills as well, funnily enough. I didn't change anything. But yeah, just enable everything and it just kind of works out. The time for this to clear is not really that bad either. It's like, what, 9 minutes, I think, like the bad ones. But yeah, it's not that bad. 9 minutes. I think the good ones were like 8 minutes or some shit, because that time we had like crew buffs or whatever. Wow, he managed to hit 751 on the Necromancer. I didn't notice. I was testing this with Necromancer earlier, but yeah. So it's not too bad. But this one had like the crew buffs and shit, so I don't think it really counts as that's really like testing or whatever. Okay. So yeah, but for what I've seen so far, this one looks very, very consistent. By consistent, I mean like they don't die. As in like game over kind of thing. I feel like it always clears. I've been doing quite a bit and it's always just full auto anyway. So I will play it together at the same time with this one later. Okay. So for the one that I'm running, I did run 2 setups. The other setup was a Paladin setup and it was okay as well. Which doesn't involve 150 song, which is this one. So I was using Yukata, Naru, Rabbit, and Vira, and then Rabbit swaps into Kubira, which is actually not bad as well, but I didn't really do like a thorough test of this. It's like it worked. It wasn't that bad, but I'm not sure how bad it will be like without buffs and shit, and like how bad it can be if RNG really fucks you up really, really bad, right? So I don't really know that yet, but the grid is mostly the same. I don't think it's really that different. Yeah, same thing. Where's my opus? Yeah, so it's mostly the same thing anyway. It's not really that different. Yeah, so same thing. And then for my Necromancer, the only difference is that I'm main handing Gamba now. Main handing Gamba, and then the things, everything else is the same. The Ultima, I don't think it fucking matters. Maybe you want to just put Seraphic in there or something instead of Ultima, but I just use Ultima because, yeah, why not? Well, the summons for this one in particular is a little bit different, because like for my Paladin one, it's different because as you can see, it's very similar as the one on the left of the screen, right? It's very, very similar to that, but yeah. If you're wondering, the EX skills I'm also using is somewhat the same anyway. You probably want to use similar. I just used Mist because I don't really know what else to put in there. But yeah, for my Paladin, not my Paladin, my Necromancer, my Necromancer summon is a little bit different because I ended up trying to just use Yatima instead. Just so I can, because I just want to use like 2 summons at once kind of thing. I was like, okay, let's just use Metatron and Baha or something. And it kind of like the decent runs is actually okay, right? It somehow managed to line up properly and shit. Like I always get my Yatima turn right at 50% or whatever. So there are some bad ones. Like I think the previous run I went through earlier, like before I started recording this one, was kind of bad, but it still somehow worked out, so it wasn't that bad. So this is the one that I was using. The clear time for this wasn't really that bad either. I mean, obviously there are better ones, but it's not that bad. This is the bad one. Managed to hit only 9 minutes, but the rest of the time is like 8:20. It's not bad. Yeah, 8 minutes, 6 seconds. Yeah, this is one of the worst ones too, but yeah, it's not that bad. Do I have the Paladin one here by any chance? But yeah, most of it was like 8:50. Oh, this is my nothing, not that one. Yeah, this is my Paladin one, right? Yeah, this is my Paladin one, 8:29. Yeah, it's like somewhat similar as well. It's not really that different, but I really do not know how it fares without buffs though. I think this one was during the time when I had my buffs up. Yeah. So yeah, I guess without further ado, let's just test. Let's just demonstrate it, I guess. Okay, let's demonstrate it. Let's run both at the same time. Yay. Then again, I think some people may actually consider this not as full auto, especially the one on the left, because I meddled it a little bit. Same goes for this one as well, because because that's chicken, I usually just press chicken S3 on Rabbit just to make things better. So That's what I did on the ones on the left as well, so I can just do that real quick. Yep, the sound is only coming from this screen. Okay, so just do that. So for this one on the left, what's gonna... There's one other different thing that I did. That is, I just add Helmel in there, because he has Helmel, right? So might as well just use Helmel. And then Babu auto cast or whatever. Full auto thing. If you're planning to use Necromancer, I don't think you need Babu because you're never going to get any stacks. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention what skills that I'm running on Necromancer. I probably can click here when the next few turns actually allows me to click on the thing. It's basically the first two are ultimate new skills, and then I just use the spell, if I recall correctly. So that's kind of like the skills that I'm running. I can't click, so you have to wait until... I don't really want to disrupt the full auto right now. There are the good runs, I would say, right? From what I've seen for this setup, my Necromancer setup, the good ones are the ones where Rabbit gets to keep both of like the 2 stacks of her buffs, and then she swaps into Song. So meaning she has 2 stacks on Song. Like she didn't get hit at all. That's the good ones. There are some bad ones where she'll get hit. Usually I notice that happens and then Song's thing kind of falls off really quick, which is kind of bad in a way. Yeah, so yeah. Dodged. Alright, so that's the skills. Yeah, the two new Necromancer skills and Dispel. The one that gives the what the Matala, what the fuck is that stupid name? And then the shield, armor skill from Neko. That's the one that I'm using. Yep, thank you, chat. So this is the part where you kind of want to hope that Rabbit dodges, because if Rabbit dodge, that's good. That's the only thing you need to really hope for. Because now you get to see Song with 2 stacks, and that should last relatively long. And the reason why I prefer having Song in here is just that Song just nukes like crazy. She nukes so much. Because she also gives you that debuff thing. Just gives you more supplemental, so it's pretty nice. Yeah, like that. Like, you get 4 million nukes just from her dodging, and then plus the other shit with the chicken stuff just flying around. It's pretty nice, man. She does so much damage overall. You know what? I mean, I can probably show like how much damage she does at the end of the screen, because she'll do a lot. Like in a proper run, that is. Oh, she got hit already, -1 stack. It can be pretty bad that that stupid thing lands on them too. That blue, that thing that doesn't let them act, basically. You know, that debuff can be pretty bad in a way, but I think it's okay for the most part. Let's hope this doesn't fail. I mean, I've tested so much earlier and it didn't fail a single time, so let's hope it stays that way. Yes, even Bird is here. Oh, look at that. Am I doing more damage than usual in this run? What the fuck? How am I in turn 9 and it's already 50%? How did I manage to hit this 1 turn faster now? What the fuck? Because usually it's turn 9, only I hit it here. How am I doing more damage all of a sudden? What's just going on? Brother. Oh, no dispel, but... Well, MC will dispel anyway, so it's okay. That armor, man. That armor reduces your damage so much, dude. Ouch. Ouch. She still has a sub, so it's good. Well, at least this gets to dispel, because Vira dispels on Ogi, which is pretty nice. But yeah, on the left, as you can see, it's also pretty okay. It's not bad at all. Everyone's still super healthy, as you can see. Everyone is so healthy. I would even say that the one on the left, if you're using the whole Zoe shit, I don't think, like, you can probably die at some point, but you like, for the most part, shouldn't really fuck you up that badly. Because, you know, Zoe has like so much dodge and shit, like everyone seems to always like to say. It's just that the damage is just not there. That's why I don't really like running that, like, ever. You know? But it should be very consistent, so it shouldn't be that bad. As you can see, I took no damage from the trigger as well on the left, I mean. Oh, goodbye, Vira. Hello, Rabbit. I think I would say this is probably one of the better runs, just because Song still has that. Song only gotten her the rabbit buff to go off at this point. You know? I've seen some runs where Song's buff actually ran out at, like, I don't know, slightly after 50 or something. But yeah, as you can see, the ones on the left, right? You can die though, right? It's just the only problem is that it's much slower. It's just that it's much slower. That's pretty much about it. As you can see, it's just like look at the HP, man. They're still so healthy, and it's already at 20%. I mean, versus this one, that is. Oh no, dodged. Oh no, dispelled. Oof. Time for Geisenborger to enter. Yeah, most of the time you probably want Geisenborger for this if you haven't realized it yet. Because he does do a lot of damage, and Geisenborger caps that damage. So that's pretty handy. And he's dead. Okay, GG. Alright. Now we get to see the time. So yeah, actually that was actually a really good clear on the one on the left. Like, everyone was so healthy, the holy shit. That means the dodge just went by really well. Oops. Alright. 844 is not too bad. Wow, this one was really fucking good, eh? This went... Usually it wasn't this fast. This was a really smooth run for this one. Like, holy hell. Like, really fucking smooth. Yeah, see the fucking damage? See Song's damage? That's the reason why I prefer Song. You can see the difference between this and this screen. See? That's why I prefer this. It's just that whether or not you can, what's that? Keep up with the dodge or not. That's pretty much about it. But I will always think that it's much better to, like, you know, if you can kill it faster, like, you do more damage per turn. consistently, I still think that's better versus the likes of like, okay, you know, I want to stay alive most of the time kind of shit, blah blah blah, all that shit, you know? Yeah. So I think that's the only thing I can share right now, and it's already pretty long because that's what Nightmare 200 does. It takes fucking forever to clear, and if you like the average between like 8 to 10 minutes clear, then go ahead and run, I suppose. If not, then you just burst with Nightmare 150 and call it a day. Because I still think that's probably better anyway. That's only for manual, I guess. If you can manual, then yeah, it is what it is. So that's all I can share. Good luck with your day 3 and 4, because I don't think I'll be uploading anything tomorrow, because it's the same. So good luck with your Nightmare 200, Lamau. Guild Wars should be fine because the crew, not crew, the individual ranking is pretty chill. How much is it right now? Well, that was like noon, right, in Japan? Wow, it's only 585. But then again, it's Saturday right now, right? So maybe it's a little bit faster this time, but it looks pretty fucking chill though. Jesus. Yep, pretty chill. But yeah, that's all. Good luck, boys. Enjoy Guild War. Hey man, imagine enjoying Guild War though.